Do you fancy a non-league tactic that took Wrexham from the Vanarama National all the way to the Premier League? Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Andrew. Thank you for joining me. Today we're doing a tactics test with a 4-2-2 diamond that took Wrexham from non-league to the Premier League. Oh yes. I think diamond's been a really popular formation so far in FM22. I know Dupe's using one. I know Gareth's tested one recently. I've got one for Andorra, you may have seen. But this comes from my good friend Tom. He took Wrexham because he loves Ryan Reynolds, like unhealthy amount of love for Ryan Reynolds. Picked Wrexham, he's taken them all the way to the Premier League. If he's had to change things a bit now because obviously the challenge is much, much tougher. But he used this tactic, he tweaked it along the way, and this is what he settled on, and he absolutely destroyed the sort of lower leagues of English football. So we'll have a look at it, then we'll run it through the normal teams, Chelsea, Peterborough, Sheffield United and Brentford, see how it gets on and see how it scores on our chart, which you can find on Football Manager Story. The link will be below and I'll show you that shortly. So let's get to the tactic. Here it is, 4-4-2 diamond, so let's go through the positions. So we have got a sweeper keeper on support, the right wing back on support with cross more often, and if you don't know how to do this, you go up here to the edit button, click on edit, you'll have all these instructions, and he's got cross more often. You can untick that, you can tick that. Some are hard coded depending on the position, some you can add. So we've got centre back on defend with take fewer risks. Same with the centre back on the left. His left wing back's on attack. So already you'll see there he's got the encoded options of cross more often, cross from byline. We've got a deep line playmaker on defend. Box to box midfielder with shoot less often. Ball winning midfielder with shoot less often, run wide with the ball and stay wider. So interesting that he's got the wing back going up there and then the ball winning midfielder will come out. Okay, attacking midfielder on attack. We've then got a deep line forward and an advanced forward. So not a lot of instructions. I've been told, I'm not even going to try and murder the Welsh. I've been told this means red dragon. I thought it was going to be something a bit ruder than that, but there we go. He's playing on positive mentality, fairly wide, focusing play through the middle, which makes sense of a diamond, playing out of defence, shorter passing, standard tempo, be more expressive in the final third. In transition, we are counter-pressing, trying to win that ball back. Goalkeeper distribute to the back line with shorter kicks. And then out of possession, a higher line of engagement for the forwards and a higher defensive line. Standard width, more often pressing and preventing the short goalkeeper distribution. Okay? So it's not overly complicated. Nice system, no ridiculous sort of roles. Deep line playmaker and that back four are going to start the play from the back. You've got a bit of protection, the ball winning midfielder who's moving out to the wing to provide that protection as the wing back flies down there. Attacking midfielder, he'll get into the box. Him and the deep line forward, so I've interchanging positions. Then we're looking for the runs of the advanced forward. Okay, we'll show you some highlights and then we'll get to the results. We're going to start with Peterborough in the Championship, and they finished 16th. Like, predicted to finish 21st, came 16th. Nothing wrong with that. Mark Beavers finished in the third highest in the average rating, 7.38, and George Grant second with assists with 14. I'm assuming that he played as the left wing back, possibly. Oh, box-to-box midfielder and the attacking midfielder. All right. So even though they finished 16th, Peterborough scored the second most goals in the Championship. They conceded 83 as well, which isn't brilliant, but it shows you this is such an attacking tactic. Even though it's unpositive, there's not crazy amounts of players in weird positions. They did concede the second most goals, so for them, not great defensively, but goal scoring a lot, and it kept them up. Top scorers: Jack Marriott, Dembele, Sammy Smoldock, 16, 15 and 15. Assist-wise, George Grant, 14, Joe Tomlinson, 11. Data Hub, there we go. Only 1.72 goals per game, which is still, to come second. 14 shots. Defensively, not brilliant, but good pass completion, good tackles won. Higher than the average for goals per game, expected goals, shots per game. Around the same for dribbling. Defensively, a lot of fouls, good tackles won. Yeah, it just seemed a bit leaky, didn't it, at the back? Knocked out of the third round of the FA Cup by Burnley, first round of the Carabao by Burton Albion. Sheffield United, you may have seen already, finished second behind Bournemouth, 90 points. Fantastic season, promoted automatically back to the Premier League. No one in the sort of player stats, which is bizarre when your team comes second. We saw before most goals in the Championship for Sheffield United, and I think the second best defence. So it shows you that it's not the tactic that made Peterborough's defence bad, possibly the players. Because Sheffield United did fairly well. 42, which is below 1 per game, which should be backed up in the data hub. 2 goals per game, 14 shots. So the same shots as Peterborough. But the conceded and expected goals against much, much better. High goals per game, high expected goals, better than the average. Yeah. You look at the last pass map, you can see the centre-back to defensive mid looking down the left for the wing-back on attack as well. He's providing the ammo. That's what we'd expect to see. That's what we've got. Again, they were knocked out the third round of the FA Cup by Leicester and quarterfinals of the Carabao by Newcastle. So a good little run there. Ryan Brewster with 24 goals, 4 assists. Lys Mousset with 10 goals. Rhys Norrington-Davies with 11 assists, and John Fleck with 10 as well. High Jarvis rating goes to Norrington-Davies, 7.31 over 34 games. John Egan, Ryan Brewster, George Baldock. So well done to Sheffield. Let's go to Brentford. So we go, Chelsea have come third. What's 15 points, 14 points behind Liverpool. Brentford though have come 6th. They are in the Europa League, EC's Europa League. David Raya, 14 clean sheets. The only one in the player stats. Goals for, they finished around the middle, 50 goals. And goals against, better than Chelsea. They conceded fewer goals than Chelsea. Wow, you would think with better players, Chelsea would do better, but they conceded 47. Okay. Squad-wise, 20 goals for Ivan Toney, 13 for Godo, Bueno with 10. Assists, we've got 9 for Godo, Roslev with 7. Not as many assists ones that are wing-backs now on there. Data Hub, 1.43 goals per game, 12 shots, less shots in the Premier League than the Championship teams got. The expected goals against around 1.5. Not brilliant, but not awful. Quarterfinals of the FA Cup, it's a decent performance of Brentford, and second round of the Carabao. So we know that Chelsea finished third. Let's look at the squad. 37 goals to Romelu Lukaku. 61 games, you've seen better, haven't you? 29 from Werner's really good as well. Havertz with 12 and 11. Ziyech with 11 and 11. Is that the most? No. 17 assists for Reece James down the right. 16 for Chilwell as the wing back on attack. 1.89 goals per game, 15 shots, just a little bit more than the two championship sides. Defensively a little bit better. Yeah, but still around one. Wiping the floor with the attacking stats there, more pass completion, dribbles a little bit less, but shots, expected goals, all really good. Competitions wise, so third in the Premier League, semi-final of the FA Cup, beaten by Arsenal 2-0. Semi-final of the Champions League, the 1-1 at home, lost 3-1 in Paris. Yeah, PSG had the better of the game, to be fair to them, dominating. Chelsea did not deserve to win that one. And winner of the European Super Cup, which doesn't really count, and semi-final of the Carabao as well, beaten 3-2, 6-3 on aggregate with Man United, 3-2 on the second leg. So they cost a lot of trophies, just didn't really get over the line. So it did well, just not as good as you would hope. In the Premier League, they only lost 6 games. Draws seem to be the factor. Maybe if you up the tempo a little bit, up a bit of the urgency, maybe it does a little bit better. So you can see there, all the tactics I've tested so far for Football Manager Story. The Is Gengen Dead is the top and 118.2. I've got the results for the Red Dragon, which I'll add to this list afterwards. It scored 78. So it puts it 5th on the list. Points-wise, it got 285. Goals scored was 294, which is still a really good amount. It was the goals against 216, not one of the best. And obviously, it didn't win any trophies with Chelsea, which kind of marks it down. But overall, 1.75 goals per game on average is good. It's not great. I mean, I think you have to be averaging around 2. 2.29 I've seen. Like 2 in the 2s is a very good offensive tactic. But yeah, scored well. It'll be on here once we do the video. Tom had a lot of success with, a lot of success from corners as well. And I think you see his season in League One, he had the lowest XG against. So it's worked really well. And you can see there from the Brentford results and the Peterborough results with the goals, it's a really good sort of lower level team tactic as well. So download it, let me know what you think of it, give it a try. What would you do to change it? What would you tweak? Can you get a bit more? Do you go a bit more sort of increase the tempo, the passing to get more of it on the break? But yeah, this has been the Red Dragon. I'm not going to do the Welsh. Thanks, Tom, for the tactic, as always. Thank you guys for watching. So please drop a like on it. Let Tom know what you think of his tactic. Put it to him. It's his tactic, not mine. Until next time from me, Andrew. Thanks for watching. Cheers.